Welcome to RenderCrash, where a bunch of VFX artists do interpretive parkour instead of getting our work done.
Parkour.
Parkour!
Parkour.
Parkour!
I'm Sophia,
I'm Candido.
And I'm Alex.
and today the challenge that we got, basically we gave each other a shot, and with that shot we gave a genre. And the challenge was to turn that shot into that genre. I don't know about you guys, but I had a great time with this one.
This was very fun to give a shot and a genre too. It was not as fun to receive a shot and genre because basically on what we're going to see here from what Jacob told me, like walking around and seeing our monitors and watching us work, is that we really tried to screw each other over.
We were little assholes to each other.
We were just, it gave us the hardest things to do.
I know you guys had a bad time, but I had a great time with mine. I had a lot of fun.
I thought my idea and genre change was actually pretty good for you.
Yeah, it was a very nice, pleasant experience. I don't think it was the same for you guys though.
I had a hard. You gave me a hard one. Oh yeah, we all chose for each other, and we should probably say who chose.
Yeah, so I chose for Alex. I'm sorry, I chose for Candido.
Yeah,
I
I know it's hard to mix
I've
this up. We
been-
kind of look the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
identical twins.
Yeah,
No, I chose for Candido.
yeah. I chose for Alex.
And I chose for Sophia.
So a big old circle, basically. Yeah.
All
Triangle.
right, so I think we should.
Oh fuck, you're right. Yeah.
Triangle.
We'll start with Candido's.
Oh, you want to start with mine?
Yeah,
Since yours is up
top
there.
of the list.
Oh, yeah. It's because my name starts with a fucking C, so it starts.
We'll just go down the list. It'll be you, then me, and then Sophia.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like this battle scene. I was like, okay, cool, a cool battle scene. It just like two guys just like swinging swords at each other, and while a nice sunset in the background, and everybody fighting in the background as well. And then I see what the fucking genre she gave me. She gave me rom-com. So I was like, oh god, all right. So I have to figure out what I had to do with this. Because that is very much a challenge.
Well, and that's the goal. This is a challenge.
It is a challenge. This is what I ended up with.
I looked for a long time.
Yeah, so she gave me that video, and then she gave me the genre of rom-com, so I immediately was like, okay, cool. I will probably have to manipulate something in the background, because that's where I was thinking of doing. So a lot of time was spent just rotoing the two front guys. And this is very much like a really, really long time. Like I think it took me like a couple hours just to roto them.
I'm so sorry. I gave you a very dynamic shot.
There's a lot of shifting. There's a lot of moving around. There's a giant sunset in the background. So I was like, oh god, yeah. And there's two guys, and I like doing two guys separately. That sounds really weird out of context.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just my process of me rotoing, because I have a plan. I had a plan where I kind of wanted to do a giant like sky replacement, and these two guys kind of like swing around and stuff in front of the foreground, as you'll see. You'll also see that a lot of this work that I'm doing, like a lot of hard, very time consuming way of doing this, and you're gonna see later on that I don't really use this a lot, which is gonna be very fun.
The way the roto looks in the timeline sped up is kind of cool.
Oh yeah,
you physically masked again?
I couldn't because it's blurry, and I don't want to do like 30 rotos. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll mask this guy because I want to do something cool with the ground as well.
Okay.
And you're gonna see later on that all this very hard work of also masking the guy, I really don't use it at all. So what a lot of this is a lot of me wasting time. Because I had these plans in my head, and then when I actually tried to manipulate the footage, I'm like, I also tried rotoing it to see if it was like even worth it, and it's also just as much work to try to keep it from mixing in from the background. So
did your roto like have as much problems with your footage as me? Like, I feel like my roto never kept up with mine.
It tries to. I just do an extract, and I just remove the entire background, so that was kind of like pointless, the stuff. So I try to make you see me messing around with a ton of different settings, because I really didn't know what to do.
See, you did yours really backwards from mine.
Oh, really?
I decided on the background and I built it and I worked from there. So
I kind of did it. I tracked the clouds in the sky because I had this really cool idea of like how do I make it rom-com, and when I think of rom-com, I think of love, and when I think of love, I think of like the color like pink,
Mhm.
and you can see that I added like a pink solid there. So basically, what I'm trying to do is like add like way more pink to it, and now I'm gonna mask the swords too because I rotoed the guys just them, and I couldn't roto the swords because they're so like
Thin.
and blurry that I would basically have to redraw and do it over again. So I decided to just go in there and hand mask them, which took like a lot of time. And as you can see, and what you're gonna see with the theme of what my work is that I really don't use it a lot that often.
Put in all this effort and get nothing in return.
Well, I had these ideas, and then they weren't really like spanning out to kind of how I wanted it to do because it's kind of like a difficult shot to work with, which is fine because it is a challenge.
I think Sophia definitely got you, like really hard.
Yeah, no, I looked
knew-
at this and I was like, oh, you like this is a toughie.
I
It's
knew
not
what
even the
I-
genre. It's like just the
Yeah.
shot. Yeah,
I knew exactly what I wanted was a fight scene and
Yeah.
rom-com.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be so funny to see how you could pull that off.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I could have done a lot more with this shot, and you're gonna see it with a little bit. But I think what I have and like what I got, I think I did a pretty decent job at it. This is also me going through the sword, and it hurts to watch back. Like replaying this back because I don't really do a lot with this, and I spend so much time and do a lot of detail with how I
Nipple.
mask the sword.
Some titties right there. We gotta
Yeah.
blur that
You
out.
said you were replacing the sky, but you masked it even over the ground.
You do know you could have just
Yes,
masked
and?
you could have masked the ground itself and kept all the bottom.
No, you're gonna see what I do with the ground a little bit, and
never
like the
that easy when
the
it's Candido.
you're gonna see the difficulty I had with the
Ooh,
ground.
Can I have a gamble on what you're gonna do at the end? You're gonna make them kiss, right?
Huh? Oh, that would have been better.
That's what I was hoping would happen. Make them
no.
smoochy smooch.
I don't know how to. That thought didn't even occur to my head.
For kissing?
Yeah. No, you're gonna see the dumb shit that I did for this to try to make it come off as like
Oh, are you gonna make them like balloon swords?
no. Okay, this is me messing around with clouds, so I added like a fractal noise, and I was like,
Ooh,
okay,
heart.
cool. I want to do something really cool with the clouds, so I went around and like made like little pink heart-shaped clouds
Oh.
in the background, and like put them, basically made a null for the sky, put the track there, and then I put those clouds in there, and then I like made the sky look more pink.
Oh.
And then I realized that like, oh, doing that because of how it looked and the way I rotoed, it made it like I had to go in and adjust the roto a little bit more. To make it like not look as bad, and went in there, messed around more with the clouds to make them look a little better. And this is me attempting to try to make the ground a little different because my plan was if I'm going for pink sky, I should also go for like kind of pink grass and ground, but I was having a lot of trouble because if I was gonna
Ooh, look at
mess
the
with the
shadows.
ground, I would have had to either roto or mask the entirety of the guys in the background. And I didn't want to do it, so I
Yeah.
messed around with composite brush trying to get it out. But because the grass is so different and dynamic in color, I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I just kind of gave up on that idea. This is me also trying to mess with a ton of different settings to see if I could figure something out. So, and one of the things I was like, I need to make this more love based. So I added to where when they hit swords, it says the word love. This is me messing around with a lot of stuff.
Oh,
I
you
was like,
making
maybe I should
bubbles?
add bubbles. Maybe I should like do some sort of
Ooh,
things. This is
pixie
me
dust?
jumping. Oh, I wanted to add this little thing to where you see those little particles move around.
Yeah.
But when they move around, they look like little hearts.
Jump around.
But as I'm going through it, I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I just gave up on that idea. And I was like, oh, I have to figure something out. So I tracked the ground and I put a giant sign that says Lovers Battlegrounds and just tracked that in there and made it like kind of more visible throughout the background. Because I was like, I wrote these guys and I'm not really using it. I might as well use it for something. So I just added that to kind of add to the effect, fix the roto a little bit because it was messing up, and fix that track because that track wasn't that great for the ground, and blurred it and really try to make it blend into that background. And this is basically the final result. You see that love little clash, and then just the background love battleground, the pink sky, the pink tint to the overall feel to it, and the giant clouds that that are heart shaped.
I enjoy the clouds.
I
The
love
clouds
the
are
shade
nice.
of pink.
Thank you.
I like the pink. I like the clouds. It makes me think of Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of
I think you
this?
went really mild with it.
Yeah, I wanted to go a lot bigger with it, but I was really like having a hard time. Like I think I ended up with like 6 or 7 hours of footage, like all together, that I really had to like
It
cut
was a
down.
pretty dynamic
same.
shot, and
Yeah.
that one's on me.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You gave me a tough challenge, and like this is what I say when I said I feel like I could have done a lot more to it, but like I just really could not figure out what to do with it because I was like, oh, I can make like the swords like funny little pink balloons or something, but then I was like, I don't know how to do that without making it look realistic or like
If
doing
you
like
check out
some sort of...
Envato, they've got a lot of 3D models.
Oh, do they?
They
That's
do.
where I got a lot of my sources, or I'm sorry, a lot of my
That's where I got mine as
Your
well.
stuff, yeah.
yeah. It's
I
where I
got,
got
like-
the dancing cats. It's where I got a lot
Yeah,
of things.
her
that
her
I
great
use.
creation ever, the strobe
The
light.
giant dancing cats from like episode was
Yeah,
it 1? Yeah.
That's gonna be like on my grave.
Yeah, no, I wanted to do like
Yes.
a lot of stuff, but it just required like so much work, and I didn't want to like waste a lot of time. Though I did waste a lot of time doing like other like masking and
Like
and
prep
stuff.
work.
My first
Yeah.
thought was attempting to make one of the men a little Cupid guy.
I know
Like putting
exactly.
wings on him or
Yeah,
something.
but I don't know how that would work. It's very dynamic. You need some kind of 3D modeling. For
Yeah,
that guy.
which I don't know how to do a lot of 3D modeling. One of my thoughts was to make one of the guys like Cupid, but like it required also a lot of masking on top of like a roto. So, yeah.
My idea for it when I got a glimpse of it, I thought of them like shooting, like blowing kisses at each other, and you let the smooches go towards each other.
That would have been a
and,
better
and
idea.
they're like trying to dodge it, and like, no, me, mwah,
Yeah,
me,
that
mwah.
would have been a better idea.
No,
but
I love you more.
I love you more. I love you
I
more.
unfortunately did not think about that. So yeah, that was mine. What do you guys think?
Not bad. I enjoy your sky and your cloud interpretation, but I will say that their actual actions still didn't show loving.
I think the coloration showed rom-com.
It did.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I was going for more of a look more than like their actions, because like they're swinging swords at each other. So I really,
It was real. Yeah, it was hard.
I could.
That was what I wanted to do. I wanted to. Stump
make
ya.
it difficult. No, it's fine, because I also made it difficult for Alex, as you could see.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. This is the clip that I chose for you, Alex, for you to do. So if you want to give an explanation of...
Yeah. So what generous, nice, sweet old Candido gave me was that this, suffering man doing his best to survive, flatlines and dies.
I don't think he's doing his best. He's just laying there.
He's vibing.
And he's
yeah.
vibing, and the doctor comes in and takes off his like final medical pieces and like lets him be and walks away. And at the end of the clip, it like shines a bright light that shows that he is a descendant and like gone away.
Yeah.
And the role that he gave me was comedy.
Yep. I gave you this
The-
clip of a man
the
dying.
genre.
Of a man dying, and I chose comedy for you. So I'm very curious to see.
Sophia, wait, there's more.
I want to
no, I
see
know. And,
what you did.
Normally, we're usually using about 3 to 5 seconds.
Oh
of
yeah,
the
I
clip.
used it all.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I gave you a like Sophia kindly gave me a 5-second clip, and I appreciate that because there's a lot of work that I put in that took a while. I gave Alex a 20-second shot, and I said choose whatever 5 seconds you want from it.
I gave you a what, 15?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this animal, this goof said he used all of it, and I am afraid of what I'm about to watch.
It's gonna be great. All right, so my first idea for it was that I need to like move him and do something with him.
What the
And
hell
so I
is
thought,
this?
who's gonna come and help out
Is
a dead old
that-
man?
Is that Jesus?
That's fucking Jesus, the good man himself. So what I first was going to do was like put him like walking in, and the problem I discovered in this footage of project, it's hard to retime different frame projects. Yours was a 25 frame. And then this one was a 24 frame. And then I had to transition them, thanks to Matt. And but as I was doing that, I needed him to stand still. And the only shot of him standing still was at the very beginning. And in order for him to walk and look normal, it looked like he stepped backwards. And so I was like, well, that's not going to work. So you're going to see me like struggle with that for a tad second.
How long did you struggle before you asked for help?
I just gave up on it.
Oh, you didn't even do it?
Yeah, so like this is me just struggling constantly trying to like retime and all that. I just want you to see
you
it.
give up on Jesus?
Sadly, yes.
Oh.
And-
What is that? Was that? Hold up. What did I just see for a frame?
That was Satan. So yeah, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna change this because I was gonna make Jesus like go up and pick him up and throw him up there.
Okay.
But instead, I was like, I got a better idea. I'm gonna have Jesus and Satan do a battle to get his soul.
You added a whole ass battle to your shot?
Yeah, and I also added highlights and glow. And so like instead of him walking in, he's gonna like now teleport.
What?
And then,
What
and then
the?
I had to also recolor and retime and like do everything for that. So Jesus pops in with a light blue, and then Satan rises up from depths of hell,
Yeah.
and they're there to have a battle.
This man made a whole movie.
I know. He did a
Also,
lot more than I did.
it looked
Ooh, look at
badass.
that smoke.
Yeah, I had smoke and fire. I was gonna add more for Jesus, but I ran out of time,
Yeah.
and so I had to
Oh,
like
so-
keep.
You put more time in for Satan than Jesus. I see where your priorities are.
I was gonna go back. I promise. I'm a good Christian boy. And so how I transitioned them out is through like flashbangs. Like I inspired by Sophia.
Flashbanging me while
Yeah.
watching this.
I'm sorry, but those are copyrighted effects.
Yeah.
And you will be hearing from my lawyers.
I'm calling the police. Yeah. Right
So
now.
so I'm just readjusting and making sure like things are aligned, all that. But yeah, so I my first idea was to like make Jesus like grab him and just toss him up there and like go through the ceiling. And it was gonna be even more effects, and also I needed to make sure I had multiple clips of him moving around with his arms.
Okay.
And I didn't have a full clip of the man's body, so I would have to like fully fill that in.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, well, what if I just put him like in a bag, and
In a bag?
like a body bag,
Okay.
and so, but none of that worked. So I was like, I'm just gonna, and you didn't see all of this, but I was doing like retiming, remapping, rethings. I brought in like different assets that I would try with, and it just did not go well.
You went really all out for the lighting mask.
Yeah, from what we've seen, you've been doing a lot of like lighting.
And so I did all that. Came in, did lighting work. I'm making sure like the timing and like framing is right for Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry, it is a little clipped up a little oddly just because of having to cut off a quick bit
That's fine.
to make it shorter.
Yeah, that's fine.
Also, I had a crash.
Oh, you crashed.
Yeah,
Did you
so-
add a null?
Me too.
Yeah, I had a crash.
You
and
guys
I
living
added-
up to the name. Let's go.
I did add a null. I don't know what you did.
I imported fire, and that's what caused the problem.
Oh,
And
it
everything
overheated your
crashed and
computer, huh?
burned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was like, no, you can't have depths of fire of hell.
Yeah. We're a Christian computer. You cannot add Satanism into this.
This computer can barely handle it. Yeah, sorry, it's replaying that over again because I
Did
had
you
like-
add the smoke?
Yeah, I added the smoke. I added a back smoke, and I added a front smoke for his legs.
Okay. Look at you layering.
And then now it's finally, all right.
Is he turning into ash?
Oh,
Like,
that's the perfect asset for that.
oh, wow.
There we go.
That is amazing so far.
I don't know why it keeps clipping that piece.
There's one part I'm waiting for because I can kind of see over your shoulder. I tried not to look.
Yeah.
Why are you using snipping tool?
I sent a clip to Jacob. I was like, "Oh, it looks badass. Let me just clip that." For some reason, it's repeating itself right here. So if this does not show it correctly, for some reason, it was supposed to do it normally.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay. Takes it off the... Yep.
There we go. So they repop.
Yep.
Oh, come on, pop up.
I
Here's
see
the fire.
fire. Yep.
Realign fire. Did
You-
everything I needed to do with that.
Gotta add fire with Satan.
Again, I put so much effort in for Satan.
Yeah.
My guy, my man.
Yeah.
Man,
no,
out
he
of
was-
context.
yeah. You put in a lot of effort for Satan. Alex, you heard Alex puts in a lot of effort for Satan.
Somebody clip that.
Yeah. Somebody clipped. Yeah.
The big man downstairs.
I'm gonna cut every single part of this video and just leave that.
Yeah, and there we go.
Rock paper scissors.
I was like, I chose the battle. I was like, what's it gonna be? I was like, rock paper scissors. That's how it's gonna be. And
That is-
also, I had to recolor their arms and stuff. Also, this is gonna show that it's a little bit slower than typical because for some reason, even though I retimed the framing, the way that they captured this, they kept it slow mo in the capturing,
Yeah.
and which I hated. And also, I hate that man on the right. For some reason, his arm went way blurrier.
Oh my.
And I want you to see how awful, for some reason, the rotoing would not stay
This is
on a hand when it's green screened around.
Why are you rotoing a hand when there's a green screen?
I keyed it first and it didn't work well. And
Yeah.
I was gonna I didn't think about composite brush at the moment.
Yeah.
And I was like, roto. And also, I had to change the color skins anyway.
Oh, okay.
So when I first saw you having the hands there, I thought that you were gonna have some kind of fist
Wait,
bump.
here we
Oh,
go.
yeah. Well, here's the final first.
Oh,
Okay.
So, like, yeah, he
I see.
flatlines and
Yep.
everything goes well.
Fucking dies. Pretty funny. And then,
And
oh
then-
my god.
reappear.
This is
They fight for it.
amazing.
And boom, Satan lost. So he goes up to heaven.
Oh
and,
my-
and then what I was going to do was that I was going to actually add like a silhouette of his head and like let it be opaque and like it raise up, but I didn't have time. And then I was actually also going to do an alternate version where Satan won, and then it was just going to like crumble underneath, and like the entirety of the bed was just going to fall down there into the depths of
Just
hell.
open up.
Yeah,
and
and
hit
then like
beneath him.
and then like little evil spirits were gonna like fly out and be like, oh.
This is amazing for what I gave you and how badly I tried to screw you over. You did a fantastic job. This is hilarious.
Again, could have had better time with it.
It's fine. This is great. I
Oh
love
my-
this so
Also,
much.
I could not find just a regular guy. Like I was gonna make Satan look goofy, but like no one made a like face paint of like, haha, goofy looking Satan guy.
Typically, people don't joke about the S-Man.
I don't know. Hell of a Boss is a prime example of a show that I think they made a hell of a joke.
This is great. I love this, and I am glad. Well, because this is not at all what I thought you would have done with this.
Yeah.
The few glances I had, this isn't what I expected either, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I am super happy for what.
As you can tell, I try to put as much effort as I can in things. Also, that's why I used all of your clip. That way I had enough time.
The shot that I was given to me by Alex. Ugh. And
I am
it's a
disgusting,
very
yes.
nice shot. It's a bunch of elves in a snowball fight.
Uh
But the genre he gave me was war drama.
Yeah.
That is an extremely specific genre.
But here's the thing: when I was looking for her like clip scene, I was actually gonna do a dramatic thriller or like dramatic horror, and I was gonna actually find like sleeping dogs, and like you have to like find something with that. But no matter what clip I found with sleeping dogs, they were never like either good quality or like they were super crunched, and I was like, why? And so I was like, fine, I'll do something different and more dramatic.
Absolutely would have built some kind of hellhound out of that.
I know you would have.
Yeah.
I would have had so much fun with that.
And so I
Yeah.
was like, what can I find real quickly that's like the complete opposite of like drama or like horror or crime or whatever? And I was like, Santa.
Oh, I had so much fun with this. And
Yeah, this looks very fun.
after a couple of watch throughs, I knew exactly what I wanted to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it throw a nade?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, here, yeah. Yeah, this
We're
looks
leaving
great.
that in.
I'm very excited to see what you come up with this. Let me pull
So
it.
I pretty much used that first clip. All right, so I kind of knew what I wanted to do very early on, and I stuck with it. I gathered assets, and I decided I was going to build a whole war scene behind these elves.
Hell yeah.
I spent a lot more time on the background just for it to be barely noticeable, but I'm really proud of it. So I found this tank, and I
good-looking
got
tank.
a
Ooh,
candy
candy
cane.
cane.
I
Oh
decided
my
to make it like
god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Are you putting Santa on a tank?
Santa's. Oh, that would have been so good.
That is hilarious.
No, I didn't put Santa in the tank,
Oh,
but I
that's-
did make it a Christmas tank.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because even though the elves are fighting, that doesn't mean they're not jolly and making it fun.
War's fun.
I had a lot of trouble. I didn't add it. The first time I got about this far, it crashed.
Oh, for you?
Yeah, I added a null, as one does, and it crashed. So I had to start over, which was fine. I was able to do this a lot quicker because I knew where to start, because I screwed up a few times. This didn't take too long, and I was actually very happy with how it looked. I had to do a few like adjustment keys and stuff, but you know, the classic tracking it and applying it to a null, adding the null, everything crashes.
Simple as that.
Living up to the name.
I
It's
spent a long
basically
time
a
on this
rule.
though. The tank is like what I spent so long on.
I love it so far.
I wish I'd put Santa in the tank. That would have been so good.
It's not even an original idea, sadly. It's from the Santa Claus movie.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't
They,
remember.
they literally,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they're in the meeting boardroom, and he's like, yeah, Santa in a tank.
Yeah. So at this point now I'm tracking the background to add in my beautiful war zone in the back.
Hell yeah.
That was kind of hard with all the snowflakes flying around.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I
that-
did the best I could, and I decided to just mask the trees in. I wanted to leave some of the trees, and this is probably my mistake when it comes to like wanting the background to be seeable.
Oh.
But I kind of retconned that a little towards the end.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, you
these
made
the-
it snow.
Yeah, the one thing that we're really good at here. I added some snow, and it was hard because like so much was green.
Yeah.
I had to mask the tank back in.
Okay.
I didn't do it quite like Candido does, frame by frame, but I did have to adjust it quite a few times.
Why
on the
don't
way
you do it
through.
frame by frame?
Well, also like there's not as much dynamic moving, and it's also a box.
Yeah, and like the track was pretty solid. It didn't capture all of it, but I was pretty satisfied with how a lot of this turned out.
Oh, this looks cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
your tank is great.
Dude, I spent so long in the background. At some point here, I had to replace the trees in the background because they weren't the right color. They weren't the right kind of tree, and you just blur them out. Looks
Okay.
the exact same. At some point here, I added a friend who's stuck in the
friend.
middle of this war.
A friend?
A
friend.
tragic little friend who should just be delivering presents with Santa.
A reindeer? Did you run over a reindeer?
Did you add an elf? Another elf? Like,
No, the elves are already there.
okay.
It's a reindeer. It has to be a reindeer.
I'm afraid.
I like to think it's Blitzen.
Why you run over Blitzen?
It is. Oh, there he is.
Yep. So I found this great reindeer that screams. So I kind of put him off to the side here so you can still see him scream.
Okay.
Put him a little more in the foreground. And
Is that a missile that I just saw?
It's
yeah,
war, baby.
We'll get into that. So I made a nice little red missile
Oh my god.
that hits in the background a little towards the end.
Oh my
I'm enjoying
God.
this.
At this point, you can tell I haven't even touched the foreground.
Yeah.
I haven't touched it at all. I think around this part, maybe, I decided that I needed to shrink the trees a little bit. Oh, no.
You masked a hand.
This is for the grenade.
Grenade.
The-
So you did
the
do a grenade.
What?
The reason I thought a grenade would be so good, it's something easy to track. It looks like he's already throwing a grenade.
Oh,
That's the reason why I chose it.
Yeah, other than this part, it was relatively easy. I did have to mask frame by frame for this.
yeah. Yes.
Um,
That's why I looked over and I saw a grenade on your
yeah,
monitor
and I
that one
turned it-
day.
Of course, I had to make everything I put in this a little more elfy, because, just because it's war doesn't mean it's not
So you
Christmas
changed
themed.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I made it like a candy cane.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm so happy
This
with
is
this.
great.
I'm so glad this is what you gave me.
Oh, this looks great.
It's a grenade.
Yeah, and the track was pretty solid because it caught the rotation of the ball, so it looks like the grenade's like rotating through the air once it starts going.
Oh, I'm so proud.
And I add an explosion at some point. And I gave the
Good
explosion.
lord.
There it is.
Christ.
I gave the explosion a little pizzazz, a little sparkle. I thought if it was an elf grenade, it wouldn't be like a normal grenade. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
And thanks to Matt's suggestion, I colored it down and I made it a little more like Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
So desaturated, a little darker. Towards the end, I didn't really capture the final few things I did, but all I did was a little more color grading and bringing in some of the snow that I missed. I added a little haze, because, war, there's shit all in the air.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh.
And thankfully,
Yeah.
I would have gone in and done this had you seen their faces more. I would have removed their smiles.
You can
Oh,
be happy.
wait.
and
Here we
more.
go. Oh, I saw that grenade. Good
Oh.
lord. Oh, this looks amazing.
Yeah, I
and
wish-
you're right. You can barely see that background.
But do you see the reindeer?
I do,
do see the reindeer.
Yeah. I have
see
to
the
point it
tank.
out, but
I
This
like
is
what
amazing.
you did.
I'm pretty satisfied. I think I really nailed the war drama on this one.
This is great. I love this.
So
I
when-
love this so much.
When I insert this in for you, so what I thought you were going to do with it is that when the snow was kicked up and all that, it would either be dirt or blood. So you would recolor it for one of those pieces.
So you thought I'd take it all the way and just make it like
Horrifying.
a real big war zone? No, I wanted to lean into Christmas. I liked
Still
that it was
keeping
Christmas.
Christmas?
So I
Yeah.
was like,
that was a great choice.
story-
I love this
yeah,
so
some
much.
kind of little,
The,
like,
the reason
elf
why I
civil
thought
war.
of this and War Crime is because I was like, man, what's something that's like complete opposites? And I thought of American Dad, and then their Christmas special.
Oh, where they try to kill Santa.
I didn't
Yeah,
think
they
about-
did kill Santa.
Yeah.
And then
my-
Santa wanted to kill them.
Yeah.
To me, I was thinking like the elves revolted. Like Santa's been a dictator this whole time, and it hit Christmas time, and they were like, "No, we're not doing this anymore." And Santa sent out like the whole brigade, and he was like, "Well, I'll take you down with me."
And that's how it ends.
Yeah. No, that was amazing. I think my favorite part was the tank. How you added like all those like Christmas lights and the giant
I spent so
candy
long
cane.
on that, and I wish I'd done a little more in the foreground, taken away the trees.
The grenade's
But,
a great
Yeah.
touch, and the explosion
yeah,
did
the
well.
grenade
Yeah.
was primo.
Amazing.
But yeah,
A holy hand
I
grenade.
think we all did pretty good with our genres.
Yeah, I feel like I did the least, but I tried what I could
It
for
was
it.
really dynamic.
She did screw you.
I
Yeah,
screwed
we
you
all
over.
screwed each other over. that was the best thing. Whenever we were giving this task, I knew we just all gave each other looks and was like, there's gonna be some shenanigans going around of us trying to really like.
I think
Cool.
was the best.
It was amazing. Alex's was the best.
I don't think I was the best.
I think yours was pretty good. I really like.
You did great work with yours, and I love your color scheme for yours.
We
Genuinely.
we all did a great job, but I legit did like Alex's a lot because the fucking rock paper scissors has really got me because that is not at all where I thought you were gonna go with this.
Hey, at first thought, I didn't know what I was gonna do with it either, and I had multiple different thoughts, and then that's what I just came up with.
Yeah,
This was fun though.
this was
Good,
fun.
Fun challenge.
Yeah,
Good
let us.
I hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah, let us know if you
and,
want to do it. Have us do something similar to this
Yeah,
again because this is a lot
suggest
of fun.
some genres too. I'm
Yeah.
sure we haven't. There's so many out there.
Or at least we can do one where we have to at least put something in there,
Yeah,
like
and
a
also-
requirement.
Also,
insert.
tell us your favorite. Who did you think like did the best? Who do you think did the worst? Like and subscribe, and all of those stuff.
Comment down below your votes.
Yeah, give me your
Well-
social security number.
Don't do that. Disclaimer. Don't do that. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Later.
Bye bye.